I think if we are set now, let's quickly. Okay, that's really pretty nice. Yeah, we got our CSP and then Catherine, the police public relations officer for Benue State Police Command. These days, I saw so many of them. I saw a conversation on the social media, and I'll ask you about that. CSP and then Catherine, very lovely, wonderful morning. How is Macaulay today?
It's cool. Good morning.
Yeah, very, very good morning. And let me before I take you to third party insurance here, let me ask you another question. Let's talk about, just very briefly, because we're catching you now. We need to catch you very quickly. I know I had cause to speak with Reverend Father Alia, the governor of Benue State, sometimes at the presidential villa. How is security situation in Benue State, particularly in the hinterland, where the food that many persons eat comes from?
Okay, thank you and welcome to Benue State Police Command, where I speak from. The Benue State is relatively peaceful as we speak, as compared to the last 3 years, where there were so many challenges confronting the state. Today we have so many between herders and farmers. Though we have a few incidents, pocket incidents happening, but a lot of challenges in Benue are handled, are controlled. And you cannot compare Benue of 2025 and Benue of 2019, 2023.
Okay, and let me ask you again, CSP Catherine, still within the fact that Benue is more secure now, because Governor Alia is saying that there was a bumper harvest in 2024, hoping to get same in this year, 2025 here. But what did the police and other security agencies do differently that made Benue secure last year compared to what we have seen in the previous year, when persons around Agatu, some persons around Doma and several other states, other areas like Gwe West and Gwe East, oftentimes cannot access their farms? What have you done differently?
Me that there was a lot of violence and many people were angry. Farmers angry, herders angry. So what the state and the Benue State Police Command decided to do was to put together committees to call a roundtable meeting at each area, each local government area being affected by this crisis, bringing herders and farmers to the table to discuss and hear their grievances, try to iron out issues that they raised. And that has brought relative peace in so many local governments. The process is ongoing. It is a means. We have not come to the end of that dialogue yet. But a lot has been said. A lot of farmers, a lot of herders that were aggrieved with so many things that happened. Some lost their loved ones, some lost their animals and were very angry and were bent on fighting back. But with dialogue, we've had herders and farmers sit on the same table and say, look, we want peace. And this peace we are ready to offer. This has helped a lot. It has gone a long way to curtail attacks on whether herders or farmers, rustling of cattle. That has been reduced to a bearable minimum at the point where we are now. There is also deployment of security officers. We had a quasi-security outfit that was also created by the state to support the limited manpower of the police and other security agencies. Together, they've been deployed to various local where we are having challenges of herders and farmers. And this is being managed. That's why you hear less attack, less confrontation from herders and farmers, and less rustling of cattle. So it's doing a lot. Dialogue is the major tool that the state is using to bring peace to the people of Benue State.
Okay, thank you. Now let's come to the cross of the matter here, CSP Lady Catherine. Now, the issue of the third-party insurance. Before we ask you about what you're doing to enforce compliance in Makurdi, in Otukpo, somewhere in a lady taking all the stretch due to Katsina Allah, how you are enforcing compliance. The first thing is, can you please enlighten some persons here? What is the third-party insurance and what does it entail?
Okay, third-party insurance, as we know, vehicle owners should know, is an insurance that covers situation or legal implications when there are accidents on vehicles. When you have a third-party insurance, it means that the insurance company can come to your aid when you are involved in an accident or in whatever situation that limits the use of that vehicle. The third-party, the insurance companies are better with explaining benefits that comes with third-party insurance. But what we are saying is it protects the third party. Let's say a passenger involved with a transport company that has an accident. That insurance covers such a person. So we look at it as protection of lives and property. And it is the duty of the police to enforce such a law that protects, citizens of Nigeria. That's the involvement of the police.
Okay, with that explained now, let's quickly go. How are you enforcing it in Makurdi? Because I know some persons who have arrived yesterday are saying that we are saying, okay, more proactiveness in very urban centers where we see this enforcement going on around Makurdi in compliance with the directive of the Inspector General of Police. Around Makurdi, we see them somewhat around the heart of the T-junction at Alede, and we are seeing some at Otukpo. But at the interlands, we are not seeing so much of enforcement there. How do you enforce it in Benue, Makurdi, around Benue State?
To inform the people. After a press release was made, we realized that a lot of people didn't even know what third-party insurance is. So the command decided that rather than contravene vehicles or involve other agencies that may need to come in for registration, we have asked that vehicle owners or motorists be informed of what third-party insurance is. And that's what the command will be doing until Friday. So what we are doing majorly in Benue is to stop motorists, ask for third-party insurance. If they have it, fine. We also encourage them and make them understand better the importance of third-party insurance. But if they don't have it, we have copies to show to them what it is and explain to them the benefits of third-party insurance. That's what the command has been doing since Monday, which is yesterday, up till now. And this will continue till Friday.
Okay, now let's look at the issue of synergy here. Some persons in some states have known that the police had been deeply involved in security, securing vehicles, securing lives and properties across the country, but the police had not done so much in relation to third-party insurance here. And some are saying, from their mindset and perception, this ought to be the function of the VIO or the road safety. Why is the police coming in now? That there may be overlapping function. What's your explanation to this?
The police, as the lead security agency in Nigeria, internal security is being controlled by the police. The police only sublets some duties to other agencies. That doesn't mean that the police cannot enforce the same duties. There are instances where the police have been taken to court with regards to such situations, and the court ruled that the police reserves the right to handle any security matter within the borders of Nigeria, which we've been doing. So if, for instance, we as police officers cannot say, because the road safety is saddled with the responsibility of manning our highways, we will not have traffic officers control the road. That's why we still have traffic department in the police, despite the road safety. That's why we still have officers investigating drug-related crimes and prosecuting or arraigning in court. Because we still reserve that power to handle any criminal matter within Nigeria. So if we feel that there's need to enforce any of such laws, the police reserves the right to do that. We might ask for collaboration where we need other agencies to collaborate with us. We don't have issues with collaborating with other agencies. But to say that it is the prerogative of a particular agency to handle a matter without the police will be wrong.
Okay, now, as we do this now, one thing the IGP had raised, which is what we don't know what the CP Benue would be doing, is to ensure that no matter how good the police is, we still got very bad eggs everywhere, not just the police, both in the media and everywhere we got bad eggs. Now, with this enforcement that you plan after this whole advocacy period, what machinery is the CP Benue or other CPs putting in place to ensure that this does not give room to some bad eggs to start to extort motorists or delay movements on the road?
This whole process was started with a lecture of senior police officers in the command. In one of the usual monthly conferences, the CP invited all divisional police officers and heads of departments for a meeting. He educated them on the need to enforce this third-party insurance policy with a civil face. He emphasized it and said any officer found wanting or any officer who will want to embarrass the police because of this exercise will be dealt with. Every officer has been warned in Benue State. And every officer that tries to play any dirty deal concerning this will be dealt with, as the Commissioner of Police has warned. So I want to assure you that very senior officers are involved in this enforcement. And that's the reason why we went to the field. We observed that the people who were not informed, we came back to re-strategize. Meaning our enforcement has to be civil. We are friendly, educating the people, telling them it is important that they have it. It is not because it benefits the police as an agency. We are not the registering agency. We only say that you should protect yourselves and protect passengers in the case of commercial vehicles. That's what we are saying. So we want the people to understand what we are saying so that the compliance will be made easy. We might not need to enforce in the sense of arrest, where people are informed and they decide to comply without any hitches. So that's what we are doing now. And any officer that tries to frustrate the efforts of the command to make this exercise seamless will not be treated like that, I assure you. And they know.
Okay, on a final note now, let me give you a chance to smile and put you somewhat on the spot here. What is happening to police public relations matter? Because from what we are seeing now, it appears as if the police is shopping for very brilliant ladies, very beautiful ladies as PPRs. I know of, is it Tipsam John in Akwa Ibom? Our own Josephine Ada is doing very well here. And today I'm meeting one very brilliant Anene Catherine. What is wrong with our men? Why is the police shopping for very intelligent, beautiful, and smart ladies as PPRO? Those days we used to get men run this job, but now ladies have pushed us all out of the public relations department of the police, and the beautiful social media active digital ladies have taken over. What is really going on in the police?
The truth is that the police is a gender-sensitive organization. That's why we have women at the helm of affairs in the police. And we have discovered, the force has discovered, that many women are doing well in terms of public relations. And with the reform program of the police, they are being co-opted into public relations, irrespective of their gender. Whether you are a male or a female, as long as you can deliver on the job, the police is ready to go with you. But we appreciate the IGP, who is so gender sensitive that he knows there's need to bring in male, female, everybody that can perform as PROs. And that's why we are not playing with the opportunity. We hope that more women will even come on board and showcase what they have for the police.
Okay, thank you. We are hoping that more women will come on board here, but really a commendable one for yourself and your team of our female police public relations officer. You're doing real very well, taking the police away from the analog and getting so much digital and social media conversation here. Our own in the FCT, Josephine Ada, is doing very great here. The lady in Akwa Ibom is really hitting so much followership and marketing the police. And here we are seeing Anene Catherine from Benue State marketing and even connecting around the world just from our office in Makurdi. You are all doing very well. We commend you, and we hope that when next we need you, we'll always have you. Have a very great and a very splendid day in Makurdi.
Thank you, ITV. Thank you very much for joining Benue State.
Okay, thank you very much. The police public relations officer for Benue State here. We are hoping to see how the enforcement will go, and hoping that it won't be hijacked or abused by some bad eggs, like the police will always describe bad eggs in the force. That's how far we can go on the interview segment from Abuja here.